Hey guys, welcome back to History with Moakes. I'm Moakes and this is Blake.
Hi.
So as a history teacher, I love anything involving history, especially about people who lived a long time ago. Sometimes these groups of people are called ancient civilizations. Do you know what that means?
No.
No. So the word ancient basically just means really old.
Yeah,
You've heard
that.
ancient before, okay? How old do you think ancient means?
Like 100,000 years ago.
100,000 years ago? That definitely would be very ancient. Many people will say that anything like 1,500 years ago or older would be considered ancient. But a lot of people just kind of use that word to mean just really old.
Because it's like shorter.
Yeah. And do you know what a civilization is?
No.
Yeah, that's a bigger word, huh? So a civilization is kind of like a big group of people. So if ancient means really old and civilization means a group of people,
Yeah.
what do you think ancient civilization means?
People from a long time ago.
Yeah, like a group of people from a long time ago. Good. So remember how I said we're going to do some exploring?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Today we're going to visit a really old house in a town called Coolidge, Arizona. So if we look at the map, Phoenix is right here, that's the capital.
And then it's like...
Coolidge is going to be somewhere around here. It's kind of a small map, so it's kind of hard to see, but it's about an hour and a half south of Phoenix. So this building was called the Big House. And in Spanish, Casa Grande means big house. So there's a city close to where this is called Casa Grande. Now that sounds different than what I said in Spanish, huh? But most Arizonans will know this town as Casa Grande instead of Casa Grande. Are you ready to check it out?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll see you guys there. Alright guys, so here we are. We're going to take a walk around, look at a few different things, and we'll pause and talk about some things that we're seeing here. First up, we have the Big House, or the Great House. Looking through it, you can see that it's pretty worn down. Remember how we talked about ruins and how it's a building that is not easily able to put back together. And if we pause and take a look at the model here, I believe that there's probably around 11 rooms and it was 4 stories high, so there are 4 levels to it, so it's huge, probably bigger than most people's houses. If you look closely, you can see some wooden beams in there. Those were made from trees. Now, as you're kind of watching this video, you might notice there aren't a lot of trees out around here, or at least big trees that would have long enough tree trunks to have long beams like that. So the Hohokam people built this big house near the Gila River down here in southern Arizona. And they had to carry these trees about 60 to 80 miles so that they could use them as beams for support for the roof and for the floors. They believe that there's about 300 to 400 of these trees they had to carry over, so that's a lot of work to make sure that this building was stable. So it says here in the spring and fall equinoxes, so that's when the earth is moving, the sun's in a different spot. The rising sun, so when the sun's coming up from over there, okay, the 2 openings in the top floor, so if you look, you can kind of see a window right there, there's one on the other side. They would line up perfectly. This diagram shows the sunlight going through 2 windows at the same time, so that's kind of what we're seeing here. Now the people who built this area, this building and these other buildings that we're going to see here in a little bit, they're known as the Hohokam culture, and they're believed to have come from Mexico up into Arizona in about 300 BC, so that is 2,300 years ago. Now, next to the big house, there's a little museum where it has some cool artifacts from the Hohokam people, some pottery, some jewelry, and some other things that they worked on. But it's pretty cool to see what they made things out of back then. So a lot of these, you can see these walls, they used to either be houses or other buildings that they used around. And then just over time, the walls kind of shrunk. Probably a house because it's pretty big.
Did you guys go in there? Let me see, is it a little room?
Yeah.
You think this was a kid's room?
Probably an adult.
An adult room?
So these walls that we see were made out of something called caliche, which is like cement or concrete, but it's made out of sand, clay, and limestone. This area is pretty cool. You can't really tell, but it used to be a ball court, kind of like how we have basketball and soccer and football today. It's similar to other ball games that they played in Mexico. Thanks for coming to Casa Grande Ruins with us. We hope to see you guys next time.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel and give us a big